Tonight, Eyewitness News investigates disturbing details regarding the past of the man suspected of kidnapping that family.
And this morning, the sheriff said during that press conference that 48-year-old Jesus Salgado had a criminal past, including a robbery from 2005 that led to an 8-year prison sentence. Investigative reporter Madaris Babb joining us now live in studio. Madaris, you actually talked with a man who says that he was the victim of that 2005 robbery. He says Salgado held him, his wife, and two 16-year-old girls at gunpoint.
That's right, Brian. And the victim did not want to be filmed on camera. He also did not want to be identified in any way. But he says that Salgado, quote, has no soul, and described the terrifying moments. The man says Salgado showed up to his home in a mask with a gun. Just a day after Merced Sheriff officials arrested 48-year-old Jesus Manuel Salgado, documents revealing his shocking criminal past. According to court papers, in 2007, Salgado pleaded no contest to first-degree robbery, attempted false imprisonment, and dissuading a witness, and was sentenced to 11 years in prison. Our station began investigating, went to the home that was the scene of the 2005 robbery, and managed to find the man who says he and his family were victimized. We spoke on the phone because he's still afraid in any way to be associated with what happened 17 years ago. The man, who owned a Central Valley trucking company, says Salgado worked for him for 2 years. After firing Salgado, the man says the suspect showed up to his home in a ski mask one December night. The man said over the phone, quote, "I went to shut the front door when he pulled out a gun and held it to the back of my head," end quote. The homeowner says Salgado duct taped the hands of himself, his wife, their 16-year-old daughter, along with his daughter's friend. According to the man, Salgado then reportedly, quote, "stole all the money we had, rings, that kind of stuff." The man said Salgado even took the ring off his wife's finger before he, quote, "made the girls jump into the pool, and he tried to push me into the pool. I was able to jump into the shallow end instead of the deep end," end quote. Once in the pool, the man says Salgado told them, quote, "if you call the police, I will kill you," end quote. The man says Salgado then walked out the front door. Now, the man that I spoke with says they did call police, and they say that Salgado was arrested that next morning. According to the California Department of Corrections, Salgado spent 8 years in prison and then served 3 years on probation.
Madaris, I got to know, how is this gentleman feeling that he and his family survived this nightmare and that another family is going through this nightmare right now?
And that's something that I did ask him. Now, he's obviously reliving this moment, him and his family. He said that when he initially saw the photos and then heard the name, he realized that it was the same man, but he was just shocked to hear what happened, especially to another family just like his own.
And how's that first family doing after such a traumatic event? What's the impact been on them?
One of the things that he said, and I can relate to this because I'm such a father's daughter, he said, it wasn't about me, it was about my daughter. And from that moment on, it just affected that 16-year-old's life forever. She also had a friend there. And the man that I spoke with just said it was so heartbreaking to be a father and have to watch your daughter go through something like that.
But it is really, really chilling. And great work digging through all of this to be able to get that for us. Madaris, thank you so much.
Welcome to Straddled Events. On this channel, we bring you the truth. Sometimes the truth is quite ugly, unbearable, and you just don't want to deal with it. But on this channel, you're going to get it anyway. You are straddling between the fence of good versus evil, right versus wrong. And on this channel, we're going to tell you to do better. Let's go.
Growing fears for the safety of a family kidnapped in Central California, but there was a major break in the case today. Police announced that they have arrested a man being called a person of interest. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joining us live with new information tonight. Leanne.
Mark, authorities say they tracked down the person they believe responsible for that kidnapping thanks to his own family, who called to say that he had confessed to committing a horrific crime. The big question tonight, where is that missing family, and are they dead or alive? Authorities say 48-year-old Jesus Salgado is the mystery man seen in these surveillance photos and the person they believe responsible for the disappearance of 8-month-old Aruhi, her parents, and her uncle.
My husband is a very peaceful and calm person. We don't have any clue that why they kidnapped them.
For the suspect, what he did was cowardly. There is no honor in taking a 7 to 8 month old, right? This is a little baby.
Family members say the four were kidnapped at gunpoint Monday morning from their trucking company office in Merced County. Their car was found set ablaze, but no sign of the family. Investigators say one of their ATM cards was used. So far, no clues from Salgado, who tried to take his own life before being taken into custody. He's now hospitalized in critical condition.
We don't know about the motive at this at all. We don't know if there's prior history with the suspect and the family. We don't know that yet, and we're hoping that when the suspect is able to talk, that he does cooperate with us. Like I said, the first thing we want from him is the location of the victims.
Authorities say the 48-year-old has been involved in a previous case with similar circumstances, a home invasion and false imprisonment. Those victims survived the ordeal. Family members praying their loved ones will be found alive.
Please, I have 6-year-old and 9-year-old kid, and they are waiting for their dad. Please send my family back. Please return my family.
The sheriff says investigators expect to be able to talk to Salgado first thing tomorrow morning. As you heard him say, they hope that he will be cooperative and, more importantly, be able to tell them where the missing family is.